Hey there, in this video we're going to talk about realistic techniques. It's a lot of discussions and things about realistic techniques, how to practice, what to practice, and in what situation it's valid. And if I just make a little bit like a comparison to, let's say, ice hockey. I'm not an ice hockey specialist, but you don't shoot for the goal all day long. You don't work out 100% all day long. You have a lot of different exercises to become good. You play with a stick, get familiar with a stick. You play with a puck, try to be able to do a lot of different things with a puck. You try to be able to see an overall picture of a game. Where's your friends, where to shoot that puck, or how to play, or how to deal with obstacles, distractions, stress, and everything. So there's a lot of things to practice in ice hockey. And same thing in martial arts and self-defense. But most comments about realistic is just out of context. We just talk about if this technique is realistic or if that technique is applicable. But it's all about experience. You need to gain experience so you can do things more often in various applications and situations. And the only way to get there is to practice a lot of different things. So if you only practice one thing, like only shooting with a hockey stick, and only striking with a Kali stick, yeah, you'll be very good in that part, but you also need the experience when to pull it off, when not to pull it off, or how to make it work in different applications and situations. Hence, different training methods. So we're just going to do like an example here. So we have something we call one count, which is just striking with two sticks. Very unrealistic that will ever happen, but we just do that for 2 seconds here. So we just do the one count here for 2 seconds. Yes, is that realistic that we're going to end up in a situation like that in fighting? No, totally not. But we gain some striking experience, body mechanics, and then we have the footwork, and then we have like positioning. So we start to learn footwork, we drill footwork and gain experience in moving the body mechanics and position ourselves. Still not a realistic technique. And then we can make that additional disarm, for example. So if I have from over here, I can do high strikes, but if I got the number 5, that's still going to be my one count. If I stay still, it's very stupid, because I can strike his hand, I'm going to get stuck, nailed. If I do my positioning footwork like we did before, I have it a little bit easier to get out of line there, but I can also start to strike. Now it starts to be more likely that I can pull that off. Is that still realistic? Not really, but if I'm good in striking and striking the weapon hand, that can be disarm. I can do that with 2 sticks, but it's not very likely I will have 2 sticks and face an opponent with 2 sticks. So if I just change it a little bit and just use my hand, yeah, now it can be something more likely to happen. And again, would that be a stick? Probably not, but if you change into a knife. So now if I can get out of that line, that's kind of good for my defense. To make sure I'm right, I might hit that. And to make sure it doesn't happen again, I might strike someplace, and probably multiple times. So now we can say it's a little bit more an application which might occur. I can have 1,000 different things. Don't let him get here. Striking on the hand first. If I'm a little bit surprised, maybe I don't have time to do that. So, and the only way to be good in those things is to practice different things and gain that experience. So we can do different things depending on the situation. And if you go back to technical training again, we just have 2 sticks there. And if you just have, this would be my best disarm. Get the weapon out of the line, strike the hand so we can't strike again. But we also have techniques that looks like this. So I disarm an opponent with 1 stick or 2 sticks, and I have 2 sticks. Is it realistic? Not really, because when I'm busy here, he can strike me with the other stick. So that would be very unrealistic. If I can strike him here and strike that hand, maybe that could be realistic, but I don't think the entire scenario is realistic at all. But by practicing this and learning that, I gain more experience in technical stuff. So back to the previous example. Best solution would be here because it would be fast. I don't really sacrifice a lot. But if we just talk about this stick, I can also get it out of equation. Is it realistic? Not really, because I can still strike with that stick. So if I do this and strike that hand, yes, we can do other things over here. But that's not the thing. But I did something very technically complicated with 2 sticks. I gain experience, I improve my techniques, and I learn different things. And then I can apply that similar move like I did previously here. Means I gain more experience. I can do it with 2 sticks, I can do it with 1 stick. But that move can also be done empty-handed. So again, I have more experience. And if we go back to the knife again, please. So if I have distance, time to react, I see the threat, I will probably just move and strike. If I'm a little bit surprised, I might need to clear and then strike. Would it be realistic to do that disarm? Not really, it's not safe, and I probably utilize my stick better by just smashing. But the move we did here, I can also steal his knife with the same move. Realistic? Maybe not, but I also gain more experience to do the stuff in different settings. So that could also be the same move. Here we had the stick before, turn around. Of course I can punch it, maybe he feels that, maybe he doesn't. But if I want to steal the knife, this is where my stick were before. I do the same move. Before I had the stick here, I can do the forearm, or I can do the grip here. If I do the forearm, I need to monitor the stick on the ground. If I do the hand, we call it strip with the hand. Yeah, now I can steal that knife. So we can practice that in a lot of different settings, and we gain experience. It's not that everything is realistic, but the more experience we have, the more likely it is we will be able to pull it off in a lot of different settings. So we will be more valid for applications and situations. So that's how we see when we practice some of these things in Kali.